Hi everyone, it's Angel Shaver, Stampin Up Independent Demonstrator from Kansas, and today we are going to be making yet another card with the Work of Art stamp set. This is the sample that I showed everyone. I'm going to make it a little different, of course. It's just more fun for me that way. But before we get started doing that, I want to do some show and tell and tell you some exciting news. For those of you who have seen my Happy Mail blog with the Random Act of Kindness cards that I've been receiving and the cards that my mom has made, you will have seen all the other ones in this house that I've received. But I did find this one from my mom hiding under something, and it didn't quite make it to that blog post. So here it is. It's just a little thank you card, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's using the Confetti Celebration embossing folder, and then this really sweet bear stamp where there's more than one stamp, so you can make the bear with the different colors, which brings up the shadows. And then I just received this week a Random Act of Kindness card from Carol Valentine of Florida, and so here it is. This is a stamp set that I don't even have, so somebody out there is going to get to be the recipient of this beautiful card. One thing we do is just put a little post-it note on the inside so you can pass it on to anyone else. Oops, I see somebody just jumped on, but I can't see at this moment who it is, so sorry about that. I'll check it out later. But the exciting news that I can't wait to share with all of you is that I opened my Stampin' Up Demonstrator website. And so you can go to angelstamps.stampinup.net, and you will find my website, and you will be able to see everything you need for Stampin' Up. You can access my blog on there, which will later have the recording of this video. You can click on there and follow my Facebook page, my YouTube channel, my Pinterest site, my Twitter, and you can also contact me directly through that website. The calendar of the upcoming events is on there. You can choose to sign up by email for my newsletter, and you can also RSVP for some events that are on my calendar. Also, you can shop directly from my page, which is really cool. Just click the button that says shop, or you can even join my team from that page by joining now. But let's go ahead and get started making the card. I have chosen to use the Bermuda Bay cardstock and ink for this one. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this in half. This cardstock is, I forgot to get out my bone folder. Let me get that. It's so necessary. I was kind of cheating a little bit earlier when I was doing some cards by scoring them with my Stampin' Trimmer. I would just trim them and then score them at 4 1/4. This is 5.5 by 4 1/4. And just smooth them out with bone folder, and that makes a nice crisp fold. Put that aside for now because we're going to be creating the card front and inside. And I have already put a couple of my stamps on stamp blocks. They are being used from the Work of Art stamp set. And here is my Bermuda Bay ink. And the first thing I'm going to do is make the ocean. It's like stamping little waves. Up. Gotta flip it over because I just let that slide on there. I'm gonna go ahead and do some stamping off so that there continues to be color all the way to the bottom of the card. I want that to be a little darker up there. Okay. I'm not happy with that, so we will just see if I have another white. Oh, I do. I have another white one that I was going to use for the inside of the card, but if I have to cut another one later for the inside of the card, that will work out well. So here we go. Stamping and stamping off. Just making some waves. Alright. There we have those. And then I'm going to go ahead and clean that over here. And I'm using the crushed curry to stamp the sun up in the right hand corner. Tap, tap, tap. It's not very dark. This is not a very dark color. Go ahead and just put a little more on there. Okay. All right. And you can either choose to leave your card front just like that. There are some other shapes in the Work of Art stamp set that would make this look not so square. There's some other swirls. So you can either choose to leave it like that, or you can choose to put some swirly bird thinlits on it. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the sentiment and then get my Big Shot out and cut some swirly bird thinlits for you. I'm going to go ahead and clean up that one so I'm ready to put it away. And I think on this one, I am going to use the You Are a Fabulous Work of Art sentiment. And I'm going to use my Tuxedo Black Memento ink. So just stamp that. stamp that right on there. My head getting in the way. Oh, shoot. Alright, well, let's start this whole process over again. This is what happens. And there's no... But I can pretend that every card I do is perfect the first time, but that's not true, and it's not fair to you. Just so you know, when you're stamping, if it's not exactly the way you want it, just turn it over and start over. Nobody's gonna know once it's glued down. I have had customers tell me they are going to undo any card I send them so they can see just exactly how many mistakes I did make. And that's not very nice, but you know, there probably would be some. But it just means that I love you. When you get a handmade card, whether it has mistakes or no mistakes, it just means that you are special to me. It's special enough for me to want to take the time to make this card and to take the time to flip it over and want to do it right until I am satisfied. Of it. Here we go. I better start closing up some of these inks, or I'm gonna have a problem again where I drop something in an opening pad. And I think instead of the black, I'm going to go ahead and use the Bermuda Bay again as for my sentiment color. A little bit right there that I'll get rid of, and a little bit right there. It's why you should always look before you stamp, but sometimes I forget that. And there we have it. You are a fabulous work of art. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and close that up for now. Clean off my stamp. And I'm going to get out the Big Shot and show you about the thinlits we're going to be doing. I already had it set up with what we'll be using for the sun. I'm not entirely sure which color of yellow this is, but crushed curry is the color of the stamp, and so that is probably pretty close to the color that this is. All right. We're going to use a trick to get that off here in a minute, but while I have the Big Shot up, I'm going to go ahead and get out my Swirly Bird Thinlit that we're using for the waves. I will get this out. Put that there, and I'll just move this for a minute. Okay. I'm going to use this really excellent tool to show you the easiest way to get your thinlits out, or your cut piece out of your thinlits. So don't remember what exactly this is called, but you can find it under the Big Shot area on the sale page in my store. So here we go. We just take the brush and roll it over the thinlet. And some little pieces popped out, and then it does loosen it, so it just came off perfectly. I'm going to do the same thing with the sun. Just lay it on there, roll over it, and there's pieces came out. Oh, there's a few pieces that didn't quite make it. And it should have loosened it enough that I can just pop it off there, and the extra pieces just popped right on out on their own. Alright. Now I'm going to take what my daughter calls the good glue. This is what she's always looking for. It's the fine tip glue pen. I really need to learn how to get these loosened up and ready before I go live. And as you can see, it does put a little needle that goes down inside the nozzle of the glue pen so that it doesn't get all gummed up and stuck shut so you can't use it. And I'm going to put some on my swirly bird thinlet on the wave. At this moment, the last time I checked, the links from the products directly to the product in my store wasn't working. So just click on my blog to go to the store itself, or just click on the store button on my page. And I'll go ahead and get the sun done. Just saves you some headache and a little bit of time. Alright. And I'm going to put the sun right over. Now, I think I'm going to get my scissors out and just clip off those waves that are hanging over the edge of the paper of the card front. Go ahead and get this needle back in this fine tip glue pen. Man, this is not an easy thing to do. Alright, there we go. Now, I'm going to use my scissors and just snip off the edges that are hanging over the edge of the card front. And then I'm going to glue. Excuse me. Okay. Now I'm just going to glue this card front to the front of the card. And it's going to be glued on there so well, there's no way anybody will see what's on the back of this card. Well, the glue is not coming. Come on. That's what I get for not storing it upside down so that the glue runs to there. It just takes a lot longer. It's kind of like your ketchup bottle when you have just a little bit in it. It needs to be upside down. And then I put it on the front. Figure out exactly where I want it. And try not to rip my thinlet in the process. There is the front of my card. Let's see if I have another one cut that we can do the inside. Not exactly, but I have an old card that I chose not to use. I wasn't happy with how it came out, and so I'm just gonna make sure that it's cut to the appropriate size, which would be 5 1/4. By 4. And I'm going to figure out what I want to do on the inside. I happen to have a bigger sun shape, but I don't think I want to use that. I think I might just stamp some more waves on the inside. So get my work of art set. I've heard that, well, maybe I should just try it. This is a good wave stamp as well. So our waves are not going to be quite so soft and flowing, a little more zigzagged, but this is also in the Work of Art stamp set. And so, we have some ziggy zaggy waves. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to close this up before I get it on anything. And I'm going to use my Tombow to glue on the back. People ask me which adhesive is the best for card making, and I just say it depends. It depends on what you like. It depends on what you're using it for. I was always a tape runner girl when I was doing scrapbooking. For me, sometimes now the tape runner gets a little frustrating because it's pretty permanent, and once you set down your piece, you don't have a lot of movement to slide it around. And right now for me, I am not always precise enough to get things where I want them the first time. The Tombow lets me put it on and slide it just a little until to find exactly where I want it. It gives me a couple of seconds to do that. So that's what I've been using to attach the card base in front. That fine liquid glue is my favorite, absolute favorite for anything that has small surfaces. And I do like both the snail and the fast fuse. The fast fuse I use a lot for things that need a stronger adhesive. I also like the tear and tape for that as well. So really it's just a matter of trying things, seeing what works for you and what you like. But here's the card I made today. It says, "You are a fabulous work of art." And I'm curious, I do want to know, which card do you prefer? Do you prefer the Bermuda Bay card, or do you prefer the same card in the Dapper Denim? I thought I would also just give you a little sneak peek of what we're going to be doing next week. We will be focusing on some Easter cards. And I have, just a couple of them, a couple of different ways that you can decorate your Easter egg. But as always, the card that I will be making live with you next week will not be exactly the same as the samples. So if you have any questions or comments, make sure you let me know. And don't forget to go visit the website, angelstamps.stampinup.net. See you all next week.